will be the first airline in the world to really bring internet access on short-haul aircraft in the speed of your living room or your office to the customer. We'll kick that off today. We will replace or equip all of our short-haul fleet 320s over the next 15 months as fast as we can to have that equipment on board. And I think that is a launch of something which, of course, enhances the digital experience in Lufthansa, at least in these hours in the air, which we have offered as a first mover also 2003 initially on the wide-body fleet. Then when the satellite system which we used was not usable anymore, we were again with a new system a few years later the first airline to offer that for our long-range customers, and we're now happy to be the first one to offer high-speed broadband for our short-haul customers as well. From being the most digital airline to become the most digital aviation group is part of what we have given ourselves as a target for 2017. Coming to the end, maybe just a few words on what's coming, what's around the corner. I think we at Lufthansa are preparing beyond enhancing the digital experience of our core product, flying people from A to B. We're also preparing for the so-called third dimension of digitalization, which is the development of new market structures and totally new business concepts. Of course, they need to be related to our core business of transport and aviation, but there we are fully convinced new markets will develop, and hopefully new areas of profit will develop, and we want to be present in those as well, because it is part of developing the 60-year-old aviation group to, of course, maintain the head start. And when I talk about the future of transport, of travel, of our aviation environment, these new business models, we are convinced, will be there. They will challenge market participants as they are existing today. And of course, we rather challenge ourselves than be challenged by others. And I think there's many examples from other industries, be it the taxi industry or be it the hotel industry, who have, at least in parts of their segment, basically bypassed by new entrants, who created new business models who weren't basically existing before. And again, as much as we are aware that this will not happen to our core product of transport, we definitely believe there's room for these new entrants around the aviation products we offer, and we want to be part of that rather than just being passed by others. It is in many, many ways also all about enhancing the digital experience in the interface to our customers. Nowadays, more and more passengers are interfacing with Lufthansa in a digital way. I just came back from China, where we have a joint venture with Air China. There, 2/3 of our passengers are acting directly with the airline via their mobile phones. And those of you who cover China will agree they are a lot further progressed in that regard than us here in Germany or in Europe or in the US, where still travel agencies are used and travel departments. I think that is partly the future which we have to prepare for, and that's why maintaining an exciting digital interface to our customers is also a cornerstone of our digital strategy for many years, and we'll continue to make that exciting. And there's a few examples here today. Data, I think it's also no secret to any of you, is a huge source of future profit for many, many companies, including us for the future. There's probably only few companies who have such interesting data about their customers as we do. Part of that is a chicken-egg experience, that because we treat that data a lot more careful than other companies, people trust us with their data a lot more than other companies. And if you move around in Europe, or for sure in Germany, and you look in somebody's wallet, the one loyalty card most people have is the Lufthansa Miles & More card. And then there's a long gap to something else. So we are aware of that value of that data, but at the same time we're fully aware and cherish the value of the trust of our passengers they're giving to us. So to make the best out of that in the interest of our customers and not against their interests is also one of the core elements of our digital strategy. I think we're just at the beginning of what we can do with that data, what potential partners can do with that data. But at the same time, as I mentioned, trust is all what aviation is about. People trust us with their lives when they go on board of one of our airplanes. So that trust, of course, to be expanded into data is rather our approach than making quick money on the data our passengers provide us with. But we believe there's a lot more room in the interest of our customers to enhance that experience. And also, surely there's a generational gap, whereas older passengers would not like their airline to know too much about them. When it comes to young travelers growing up in the Facebook years, of course, they're fully open to provide us with as much information as we want, as long as they believe we create additional value for them through it. And that's why I think this dynamic of using data, of individualizing offers to our customers, individualizing offers to our customers on board, knowing more about them to make their travel more enhanced, is what we have as another cornerstone of our digital experience. We actually call that Project Smile. Not only it was a nice name, but it actually stands for something. It stands for Surpass My Individual Lufthansa Experience. And that also don't believe that digitalization will create job losses, but rather believe it will create additional jobs, because it will make Lufthansa bigger and more successful. With just 3,000 people alone we tried to hire in the year 2017. So it's not only the year of digitalization for 3,000 new people, it's also the year of Lufthansa, of starting to work for Lufthansa. Of course, that goes hand in hand. And that's why I'm glad that